I'm Nichelle from Passionate CNA Home Care Service, and this is an episode of Homecare Chronicles. With Homecare Chronicles, I want to bridge the gap between providers, caregivers, and family members so that each and every client will get the care that they deserve. So let's get right into this. Today, I want to talk about some things that I have noticed that CNAs are having an issue with in the home care field. Number one is pay. A lot of CNAs feel like they should be paid $18, $20 an hour for what they do. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, but it's not realistic in the North Carolina because the reimbursement rate in North Carolina is not enough for you to pay a CNA $18 an hour in home care. Now, when you're talking about the hospital or a nursing home, that's something totally different. But in home care, that is not doable unless they've been with you for a while. Now, I'm not saying they don't deserve work raises. I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be compensated for what they do in other ways, but $18, $20 an hour, no, not for a small home care agency. Now, if you've been with a company for years, maybe. Another thing is washing dishes. If you come into a client's home and you know that you have to make them breakfast or you have to make them lunch or you have to make them dinner, and the pot or pan or what plate, whatever that you need to use is in the sink, then why not wash it? Why not wash it? If you have a situation where their client lives with other family members and it's a sink full of dishes, no, you should not wash all them dishes. But if you see that maybe the night before your client had like a bowl of cereal or made them a sandwich and the stuff is in the sink, wash it. If your client decides, okay, I want to change my bed every day, change the bed. What's the big deal? No, it may not say change the bed on a care plan every day, but it's a simple task. Why make things harder on yourself? Just go ahead, change the bed, and be done with it. If you have a client that is mobile and you know that you do not like changing diapers or um, depends, then you need to be putting your client on a bladder plan where you are assisting them to the bathroom. Do not complain if a client has an accident or uses the bathroom in their diaper or their depend and you're not encouraging them to go to the bathroom. Like, if you're not encouraging them to go to the bathroom, you know they're eating, you know they're drinking, so it's got to come out at some point. Another thing is trash. If you come into a client's home and the trash is overflowing, you should take it out. You shouldn't want to take it out. You should want to take it out. You should not want the trash to be overflowing because that reflects on you. Because then the family members are like, well, what they been doing here for 3-4 hours or how many other hours they been there? What were they doing? If the trash is overflowing, take the trash out. If you see that there is something going on in the home or something going on with your client, make sure that you are reporting it. Because if you don't report it, then if something should happen, there's no backing for you because nobody knew this situation was going on. So you have to report anything that you see. If you see your client's legs are swelling, if you see they're having a hard time walking, hard time breathing, if they have bruises or whatever, they haven't had a bowel movement in a couple of days, you need to report that. You report it to your agency, and if the family member is in the home, you can report it to them themselves, but you make sure you tell your agency because it's nothing worse than for a provider to be contacted by the family and they have no clue about what the family member is talking about. I'm saying I am thankful for each and every CNA in this world because the CNAs are a great, amazing part of the care team. But we have to understand the roles that each person plays. The caregiver in the home with the client plays a big part, but there are certain things that caregiver has to do in order for the chain to work. Because if the caregiver is not giving the care, then guess what? The provider is not having a client, the provider is not getting any money from the family members or the client because the caregiver is not doing their part. And you always have to have documentation for the care that you give. If there's no documentation for the care, then that means basically the care wasn't given. If you can't prove you did something, then it's like you didn't do it. Communication is a big part of the whole scheme of caregiving. It's communication. Everybody has to be able to communicate. The provider needs to communicate with the caregiver. The caregiver needs to communicate with the family members. The family members need to communicate with the provider. It's just a roundabout circle. Everybody needs to communicate. Everybody needs to be on the same page. And if the client is in their correct mind and able to make decisions for themselves, they should also be involved in the care process. They should also be able to tell what they want. It should not be just a family member or a provider or a caregiver saying, oh, they need this, they need that. No, that client needs to be able and to feel like they have a say in what goes on in their life. Another issue is the bathroom. If you are a caregiver, you should be cleaning the bathroom every day. One, because the client needs it. The client needs to use the bathroom. It should be clean. And that means the toilet, the shower, the sink, all of that. If you're not using the shower every day, maybe once a week you need to clean it. But the toilet needs to be cleaned every day because not only is the client using it, but you may have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I know it's easy to say, oh, I wouldn't go to that bathroom. I wouldn't eat or drink until, I get through with them. No, sometimes that don't work. Sometimes that morning coffee just don't sit right with your stomach. And you got to go to the bathroom. And guess what? You want it to be clean. So you need to make sure that it's clean, especially if your client cannot do that for themselves. Any trash in the bathroom, you need to pick it up. Pick it up. If you see that your client is running low on certain things, if they do their own shopping, you need to let them know. If they have a family member that does their shopping, you need to just leave them a little note. Let them know they need A, B, and C things in their home to just help out. If you're doing laundry, make sure that you are doing just that laundry. Make sure you're not using or bringing your own clothes to wash in their wash machine. Make sure that you are not eating their snacks. When you're doing laundry, make sure that you wash the clothes, dry the clothes, fold them up, put them up. If you can't do all of the steps, make sure at least you wash the clothes, put them in the dryer. So if the next person coming in, they can do the rest of it. You need to let them know. You need to communicate with them and let them know that you were not able to finish what you started as far as the laundry. Food is a whole nother thing. Like when you are coming to a client's home and you know that you're going to be there for several hours and you know you are a snacker, you know you like to eat lunch at a certain time or whatever, you need to bring your own food. I don't care if the clients are offering you food or anything like that. You need to bring your own food. I've seen it so many times where clients are offering their caregivers food and snacks and candy, drinks, whatever. And then the family members are like, why is mama or daddy going through so much stuff, snacks and stuff? How we buying too many groceries in here? And then it's like the client is like, oh well, I gave such and such a snack because they was here for so long. And then the family member is calling the provider like, yo, look, they eating too much of mama food. We spending too much money in food and snacks, and mama don't even eat like that, or daddy don't even eat like that. You bring your own food. Now, you may need a spoon or a napkin or something like that from the client. That's fine. But as far as your food, your snacks, your drinks, you need to bring your own. I hope this has been helpful for you. And if it was, please make sure that you hit the heart, leave a comment, say, share this, because everybody needs to know this information. Everybody needs to know. We're going to bridge this gap between the providers, the caregivers, and the family members so everybody is informed and everybody is getting what they want out of the situation. I am Nichelle from Passionate CNA Home Care Service, LLC. And if you or a loved one is in need of home care services, feel free to visit our website at www.passionatecnahomecare.biz or give us a call at 336-893-5242. You guys have an amazing day.